Hello everyone, Oliver Fan 2005 here for another review. And this isn't just any review, this is a special review. My 1 year anniversary review. Now, if you don't know what that means, why wouldn't you know what that means? Anyway, my YouTube channel has been around for over a year now. I uploaded my first video here on YouTube a year ago today. So, with that said, this is a very special review because I'll be reviewing my favorite Thomas Wooden Railway item. And before I continue again, I'd just like to say this entire week would be a week where I do a lot of reviews on items I like and even do some Let's Plays on video games. So, with that said, let's get to the model. The model being the original Stepney. Now to the backstory. Stepney appeared in the Railway series book Bluebell Engine, where he went to the island of Sodor with his controller from the Bluebell Railway, of which is an actual railway in England. I do not know what the model he was based off of is, but he is based off of a real steam locomotives, like the Flying Scotsman and Wilbert. But you didn't know Wilbert was an engine that was special like that, eh? Anyway, there is really nothing much to his character after that. He is basically just said to be really helpful and kind. And I really like that. He's actually my second favorite character. And yeah, besides that, he didn't appear afterwards until the actual TV series, where he had a really different way of like being introduced into the series, where he was saved from Scrap by Rusty. Now in the books, he was also saved by Scrap, but that was by like people who wanted to buy him and use him on his railway so he could be more helpful. And Rusty just wanted him to be helpful on a Bluebell railway, which had bluebells, which are actual flowers, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, and then he came to Sodor and kind of helped out a few times. Basically the same stuff that happened in the book happened. And it was pretty good. It was pretty good, basically. I don't know why I said pretty good twice, though. It's like saying, hey, look, it's a taco. It's really, really random. Anyway, now on to the model. The first model was introduced in 1996 and looked exactly like this, except for a few things. First, it didn't have a name on the bottom. And that's basically it. I really like this model, actually. It's my favorite Thomas Wooden Railway model, actually. First off, the funnel. It is very nice. And I really do like how it's rounded. And even until the model was discontinued in not 1990 anything, but all the way up until 2003, where he was changed into a different model. More on that later. Anyway, this model appeared in 2 sets to my knowledge. The early Roundhouse set, of which was ginormous and included Thomas, D199, Skarloey, Stepney, and a few other engines. But that set was discontinued in, I think, 2003, it was 2002, and was made way to the Roundhouse set that we all know and love, kind of. And this model was featured in it, obviously. And the other set it was featured in was the Around the Barrel Loader set, of which had him and Rheneas, of which had a wood funnel also, while it was released in 1999, of which is a actually fairly weird thing, because at that time, many models had been upgraded to have the plastic funnel seen here. But they didn't do it with this set, and I'm not quite sure why, which is really odd. And with that said, I still like it nonetheless. Let's go on to the actual model, shall we? Now, the face is very nice, I would just like to say. Definitely one of Learning Curve's best, if not the best. It's not great in any way, but it still captures the character, and I really like it. And I really kind of like this right here. A few models afterwards, it had that like the Oliver from 2007, or yeah, 2007, and it was just too big in my opinion. This was right where it needed to be at the right time. The lettering is also really nice. I really just like the nice shadowing in the background. And the dome is plastic, but mine was made at right when it was discontinued, so the number 55 is crisply applied onto the side, and I really like the lining also. I really like the green and red detailing, and I just really like it. The white roof is very nice. It makes them all stand out, and there's no coal and bunker, but yeah, it's not really much to complain about. Anyway, I really love this model, and I've been dying to have it for ages. But there was another model, but I don't have that model. Basically, in 2002 or 3, they had a weird thing at Learning Curve. You see, Hit Entertainment had just bought all the rights for Thomas and Friends, and were trying to completely change it. And they decided to cut a few things on a few of the merchandising things. First, Ertl lost their contract, and then they were booted off, making way for Take Along, of which a few years ago was turned into Take and Play, of which and now is Adventures. And with the Thompson Railway line, they had a drastic change. For first, their faces were very small in the beginning, but afterwards, they drastically changed the faces. Here's a 1997 Thomas, for example. It's very nice, and the face is very small, along with the boiler and dome. And it is perfect in my opinion. Now compare it to the 2013 Thomas, and we see quite a few differences. First off, the boiler, dome, and firebox have been like gigantified, if that's not even a word now. But there is more detailing, but this is a Mattel item. We're not comparing it to the models that came afterwards. They had a odder overhaul, to say the least. But that doesn't mean this model isn't bad. It's still really nice, and the face was really nice in my opinion. It wasn't a full loss. And also another thing, they got rid of the backside, which I always found really weird and awkward on all my older models. So, yeah, that was in my opinion, a good step up, but kept the models classic, of which was kind of a step down, in my opinion. Now, going back to Stepney, his model was drastically changed. I don't actually have an example of what it looked like, though. It basically was like, let's say I have this Thomas here. Now, let's cut off the boiler by around there. By just around there, change the face a little bit, and make the dome a bit like the original Stepney model. Now, make it golden. And now, put it in one set and one pack. And what do you get? A really weird model. I don't really have the model, at all, though. So I can't really show it. So, with that said, I don't know if the quality of the model is truly bad or good. So, I'm completely biased on it at this point. But I do know the face looks ugly. Yeah, I just know that. And the set that appeared in was a figure 8 set that included him, Thomas, a dinosaur fossil car, and a dinosaur fossil soda quarry mine car thing. It was really odd. I don't know what it's actually called right now. I just can't really know what it's called right now. This is completely unscripted also. And Honestly, it's not that bad, I guess. I don't have it, but eh. It also appeared in a 3-pack that included it, a gold car that looked like an aquarium car, and a dinosaur fossil car. I don't have that either, so eh. And anyway, I would prefer this anyway. It's a perfect model in my opinion. And I don't think they should have changed anything in my opinion. It's just a perfect model to have. And he's one of the characters that I really want to appear back into the series, and I think it would make a great addition along with Duke and Boko. And I give this model a 10 out of 10. Anyway, this has been Oliver Fan 2005 signing out and saying, keep collecting, guys.